What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tay, and today we made a lot of sales, baby. As you can see right here, boom. So we triggered all of these sales in a 24-hour period. How we did that, I'm going to explain all of that in this video, as well as say thank you so much for coming and tuning in and joining the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't currently subscribed. And my name is Dante. Yes, it is Prison2Profit. I like talking about eBay, making money, and all of that good stuff and everything that falls under those guidelines. That's what we do on this channel. So with all that being said, I am going to sit here and explain to you exactly how I triggered all of those sales in a 24-hour period. I will say this, a lot of sales is subjective to whatever you may believe. To me, 15 sales in less than 24 hours is pretty decent, especially how sales have been going for 2023. On average, I'll probably make like around 3 sales a day sometimes. Obviously, sometimes it can be 7. It just depends on the day of the week. But 15 for me this year has probably been either the second most sales I've had to ship out in a 24-hour period, or maybe first. 2023 has just been slow. So what I did to trigger all these sales is very simple. I went in my eBay store and I actually did a little sale. Yeah, that's very simple. I created a sale for all of my items that was between $10 and $77. I did this just because I didn't want all of my high item dollars getting the same discount that I was going to provide for the other. But I also went through every single one of my listings. When I say every single one, okay, that's a lie. I have over 600 listings on eBay. I went through probably 333, maybe 400, and I just dropped the price, reduced the price, changed the listings, revised the listings, changed some items from free shipping to shipping, and then lowered the price. I literally went through my store and I did a lot of damage control. There's so many listings that have been in my eBay inventory for over 2 and 3 years now. And you know me, I like literally going through all of my inventory every 8 months, and I clear out things that aren't going to sell or have just been sitting too long. And I just take those items and I either redonate them, take them to another platform, put them on my yard sale or something like that, or just try to move them around and make money other areas. And if it still doesn't work after that, I do donate those items, because I have never had 1,000 items in my eBay store. I don't think I've never had over 1,000 items. Usually I normally sit anywhere between 500 and 700 items in my eBay store. Right now, I believe I have like 530, 545, but I like fresh inventory. Now, when I said I have items that have been sitting for like 2 or 3 years, obviously if I've seen something and it's been sitting for a while and I think it still has a chance to sell, I will keep those items. But we got to the time where 2023 sales have been just drastically horrible. Let's just be honest. Sales this year have been horrible. I see a lot of people talking about sales, why sales are slow, but I always say there's certain things that you need to do, like go in your store and make sales happen. You can do that. And I triggered mine by having a 20% off sale on all of those items that was $10 to $77. 20% off is a big chunk when you really think about it, but we also have to make sure that we are sourcing items and leaving room for profit margins where we can actually adjust our store accordingly. So make sure that when you're actually going to find an item for the first time and you buy that item, and if it's only like a $2 or $3 profit margin, it may not be worth it, because you have to think about, is that item going to sit for a long time? Can you sell that item quickly? And what happens if it's sitting 7 months down the road and you want to provide a nice discount for your customers by creating a 20% off coupon for your entire store? So you just always have to leave those margins in too, as well as your promoted listing prices. I see when people go out there and they go sourcing for these items, they're not thinking about every fee that matters. They're not doing that. They're literally only thinking about the profit margin that they can obtain without considering the shipping fee, without considering eBay's listing fee, without considering eBay's final valuation fee, without considering every other fee that probably matters. Again, are you going to promote this item? And if you don't promote this item, are you giving your item the best chance possible for it to actually get sold? I don't know if you're in the business of holding items on eBay or trying to make the best profit margin. And some people will actually hold out on a $3 or $4 just because they don't want to let $3 or $4 go, which is madness. I used to be that seller. Like, if you send me an offer of something and I wanted $5 more, no, I'm going to decline it. or I may send you a counter offer, but if you send me another offer that's like $1 off or something like that, I might decline it out of spite just because I'm not going to fight you over $1. But if I wanted that item gone, the smart thing would have been just to sell it, get rid of it, because I can take that new money coming in, buy fresh inventory, and probably increase profit margins as we go down the road. So with all that old stale inventory that's sitting, I would recommend, even if you can just get your money back, or if you're only making a little bit of profit, discount those items, get close to your money back so you can go replenish new inventory, find newer items, because obviously those items aren't selling like you wanted it to. It's key that we are finding items that's actually selling. Like, I know people who they swear by the mentality of, I'm just going to buy items and I don't care if they sit for 4 or 5 years. The only problem with that is that's 4 or 5 years that money is actually sitting. Yes, it can be an investment, and I'm not saying this with every item, but for the most part, you want to be able to get items that's selling fast, selling quickly, not vintage items that only one person in the world may want, or 7 people may be looking for this item. So if 7 people are looking for this item out of the thousands and thousands and thousands that shop on eBay every day, that could be a problem. I'm not saying no, don't go buy nothing that's vintage, but just make sure that we're buying items that's gonna actually sell, have good sell-through rates. We're checking actual sold comps. I take chances on items all the time that does not have sold comps. But guess what? If those items don't sell after a certain amount of time, I'll go redonate those items, relist those items for a cheaper price, or do something to try to trigger an actual sale. I just feel like there's so many ways that you can actually trigger sales, and people don't even take advantage of it. Like promoting your listings. You have no idea how many people are out there promoting their listings for like 2 and 3%. I used to be that guy. But again, it goes back to, do I actually want these items gone? And is eBay actually going to show my item? I even did a little self-test of my own. I had 2 items. I promoted one item for 2%, and then I promoted the other item for 7%. Guess which item sold? The one for 7%. And guess what the kicker is? The one for 7%, I sold for higher than I sold the one for 1%. Like, that's, I don't know, but I think eBay likes when you promote your items a little bit higher, because they will show more people and you can probably get that higher dollar that you want. Another way that I kind of cheat and get away with it is I will promote an item, whatever eBay's suggested promotion price is, I always go above that a little bit. So I will promote it above whatever they suggest. I will have my price a little bit higher than everybody else's from what they suggest. And then I will actually turn on best offer. That way I can actually leave room just in case somebody wants to send me an offer around whatever the going market price is, because people will send you offers all the time. People like sending offers. I mean, and if you don't have your offers turned on, if you're just stuck on, I'm only want this price, then you're not leaving room to get that item out the door. So if you have best offers on, even if you don't promote it for that much, like, your item's going to get seen quicker than somebody who doesn't have best offers on. And then you actually want to make sure that you're taking more pictures than everybody else too. Again, I always go back to, you can see so many DVDs that only has a stock photo, or it has one picture of the actual DVD. You can do a little test of your own. Take 5 pictures of a DVD and then find a DVD that only has one picture taken, and then look that item up again yourself, and the one with 5 pictures will pop up first. eBay likes more details filled in. So the most details that you can fill in, the better your item's gonna do. Now, obviously, these are just all of the things that I've kind of done over the past few years, a little bit of trial and error to learn how I trigger sales. And I do this every single time. If you go back to like any of my tip videos, I think I'll probably talk about some of this stuff right here. Normally every year I do an eBay tip video, but the past few years, I think you still covered everything that you can possibly cover on an eBay tip video if you're doing the main things, which is make sure when you're looking up items, you're checking sold comps, checking how many items sold in the past, and seeing what the actual item is selling for now versus what people are actually selling the item for. A popular thing going around on YouTube and Instagram is how to lock your eBay sold comps. So if you're searching something and you click the barcode and it pops up, it will automatically show you sold comps. That is good, but also you don't only want to check sold comps. You want to see what people are actually selling the item for right now. So just keep that in mind too. Don't just keep it on sold comps, because if you see sold comps and then you don't see how many people are selling the item right now, you don't know what their true sell-through rate is. So if 50 people selling it, but you see sold comps for 4 people, then that would be a bad buy. So, I mean, don't be that lazy person and can't click solds every time, because you want to see all aspects of the product. You want to see how many people are actually selling the item, what the item's selling for right now, who's trying to get what for this item, and then the actual sold comps of how many times the item sold in the past. All of it matters, not just let me check sold comps. Like, all of it matters in the grand scheme of things. So anyways, I know I've been all over the place in this video, but one of the best ways for me to trigger sales have been to run that sale on my store, and then actually just going through my store and revising prices, dropping prices, and just made sure that eBay recognized me being active in my store, especially with some of the older listings. If the listing's been sitting for longer than around 8 or 9 months, man, you might want to do some things to it. Obviously, there's always an exception to every single rule. If you're selling vintage items, you may not want to mess with your listing, because again, I mean, you're looking for a certain person to buy your item. But I sell items where hopefully everybody wants. So for me, I want to be able to just alter it so people can find the best price from me, or find the best listing from me, or be able to want to buy my item because they see it on a discount. Or, you know, like, I want to make sure that eBay's putting my item out there and it's just not sitting stagnant. And hopefully my product eventually will get eyes, because I ran those sales and I did promote those items. And, you know, it seemed like it worked for me. Just do it for yourself. You know, run a little 20% off in your store, and you don't have to do it like I did between items between a certain price. You can do it with items on a certain date. You can do it with items in whatever kind of method you want. Just do it. Go in your store, make some adjustments, and watch how you make some sales. And then let me know in the comment section what you did to make those sales after you've watched this video, because I guarantee somebody's going to watch this video. They're going to go in their eBay store and they're going to be like, you know what? I haven't adjusted prices in about 5 months. Let me go do that. You know what? I haven't adjusted my shipping. You know what? I haven't changed flat rate shipping on everything. So let me go change it to calculated shipping, and then drop my price by $2 and then promote it 3 more %. Like, there's so much you can do to trigger those sales. And some people just are stagnant and they just don't do anything with their listing. So just make sure you're doing that, and you could possibly trigger a little bit more sales like I did. And just do this every so often, because it's going to help your store in the long run. But anyways, and you got to make sure that we're finding good products. That's obviously the #1 thing that you got to do. But make sure that you bless somebody today, because I promise you I'm going to bless somebody tomorrow. At this point in time, your boy Tay, I'm out.